Yo, what is going on? It is your boy Jay Vo from Bearded Wrestling. Listen, we're breaking into multiple shows, and this is the first of many. I am alone tonight, um, and that is okay because this show is all about me and what I think. It's not about Will and his crazy, stupid ideas. It's not about Dre trying to scream over me, and it's definitely not about Rum Dum Cisco and his indie dreams of make believe. No. This is about the real stuff. This is about the real deal. This is about how I'm putting it together in my head. It's my 2 cents. So it's not going to be long. In actuality, I'm going to put myself on the clock. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to set this for 18 minutes. So that way, after I go 18, I might give myself 2 more minutes. This won't be a long show like the podcast. And we're on the clock. This will be much shorter than what we usually do. But, this is going to be based on stuff that I see on a regular basis in the wrestling industry. And I feel like I just want to address it. So I'm just going to jump right in. I saw a picture today, and it was based on who I think is a living legend, the one and only Jeff Hardy. I'll post it. I'll post the picture later. And the post says, excuse me, and the post says, if WWE isn't going to appreciate Jeff Hardy, we will instead. Okay. And you see the picture. You see the picture of him with the big gold, with the IC, with the tag teams, with Matt, him with the spinning belt. Dre just said it. I was just looking on Facebook, and he's 100% right. Fans today are stupid. You're just stupid. Not everybody, but a lot are just stupid. And you know what? Some of it is ignorance. And this is what I can tell you. That there's a difference between what's good for business and what fans like, right? And it's a big difference between the two. Because when you look at Jeff Hardy and you go, okay, so this all came from last week. Jeff Hardy was out around the ring running with the 24/7, running around trying to fight for the 24/7 championship, which is a pure joke. It's a complete joke, and most people hate it. I actually like it. I think it's dumb. And I think in any good wrestling company, you need your serious wrestlers, you need your heels, you need the baby faces, but you need some stupid moments to go with it. It's what makes wrestling good, that it's not just all based on one serious thing at a time, right? So I don't have a problem with the 24/7 channel. I would actually buy the belt myself, but you just can't be out here buying belts that cost $400. I live in New York and rent is a lot. Shout out to my shirt here. This is from SmackDown, which we will be doing this week on the Bearded Wrestling podcast. I was at SmackDown, great seats, and listen, they had 2 of my favorite things all in one: the New York Knicks and the E, all in one. I was in heaven. Shout out to the Bearded Wrestling merch, hats, t-shirts, sweaters. We might do it all. Okay, back to what we're supposed to be talking about today. And it's Jeff Hardy. And they're saying, basically, if the E won't appreciate him, we will. And I think that is such a stupid post, because what about WWE hasn't appreciated Jeff and Matt Hardy for that much? When you look at these 2 guys, they're top three guys, tag team all time. In any wrestling company, these guys are it. And they only get that. They only get to be that it because of WWE. These guys are multiple tag team champions. And not to mention, Jeff, who had a better career as a singles than his brother Matt, especially in the E, has won many belts. He had a great singles career. And then he left, like most do, and went out into the independent scene, wrestled for a couple of different companies, and I think it was good. But so Jeff wrestled in the time where Vince allowed them to do way more, just like stuff that was dumb, you know. Their bodies, especially Matt and Jeff, they put their bodies through the ringer times 10. And for these guys to even be walking, to me, is God shining on them. And not that they deserve any of it, but he's shining on them because they just did crazy things in the table, ladders, and chairs matches. You know, you can just go through the ring of the stuff that these guys have been doing in rings for 20 plus years. You know, these guys are living legends, living hardcore legends, if you want to call them that as well. Flying acrobats, they've done it all. And Vince has since then started to protect his guys more. We see that's the reason why Daniel Bryan said he left WWE, is because Vince protects them too much. And so they were able to go out and do other crazy things as Vince became more PG. Smart thing, Vince. I'm with you on that. And they became more PG, and he went out into the rest of the world and tried to kill himself. Yeah, because it's dangerous wrestling outside of the WWE. And now, for him to come back from the hiatus, and they come back, and the night they come back at WrestleMania, which I was at down in Orlando, they win the Tag Team Championship with an amazing pop. The way I screamed that day was crazy. My ex-girlfriend was like looking at me. It was like, no, it was a pop. Probably one of the loudest pops I've ever been there to witness for any wrestling, tag team or singles person. Yeah, but to come back and to not just be on the show, but to be a tag team champion, and then after Matt left, to still have storylines around him at the end of his career. Mind you, Jeff has a big alcohol problem. He loves to sip the juice. He does. He stays in trouble with the law. I can't tell you how many times this guy's been arrested over and over and over and over. And we know from other wrestlers inside of the company that they offer help when it comes to getting a psychiatrist. They will help you get into like the AA program, so you can get off of liquor or whatever you're drinking, you know, whatever your vice is. They will help. And I believe that they've helped Jeff out more than most would ever get. I mean, this guy has definitely worn his welcome out as far as like his troubles and problems in the WWE. And for people to say that they don't appreciate him, I think it's crazy, because Jeff should be fired. No doubt about it. Jeff should be somewhere, you know, saying, yeah, I remember when I was in the E, but you know, I messed that up and Vince just couldn't do it no more. That's where he should be. Because the mess, the problems that this guy always has, you know, he shouldn't have a job, especially not with the WWE. But Vince, being a loyal guy to his people, keeps the guy around. You know why? Because he's a good earner. He's a good professional. And so now I made this post on Instagram about this, and I figured this could be my first topic on it. So I'm going to read you what I said on Instagram at bearded_wrestling. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Or did I write that on Facebook? Shout out to everybody that's following us on Instagram and Facebook. We appreciate it. And you joined the group. We're up to 40 members in a week. And we're nobodies. So I appreciate you guys coming in and vibing with us and talking mess and talking smack. So I said, a post like this is stupid to me. So because Jeff was running around for the 24/7 title, they don't appreciate him. People are dumb. Jeff has had a great career in professional wrestling, and that is all due to the WWE. By far, top 3 tag teams in all of WWE history, and a great singles champ by all the championships you can see. The fact is, and the fact remains, he is old. Right there is enough for me to stop. Old boy is old. He is old. In wrestling times, he's like 85, okay? And you know, some wrestlers just don't know how to give it up. And then you have, you know, in the company, and not just in WWE, because I don't want to say that, but just in wrestling all over, they use their older guys with names and they keep using them because they know they'll bring pop value because of their name, not because they're such a great talent still, or that they can do all the stuff that they used to do, or that it looks good when they do the stuff that they used to do, but because their name brings value, right? Jeff should retire. Jeff, stick a fork in it. You're done. You're big done. And for them not to fire him, I think is a testament to how much they appreciate him and still see some type of value in him, whether it's his name or if they think that he can still wrestle. Yeah, but, and I won't even read it all, but just that alone, he's old. And when I posted it today, a couple of guys was like, yeah, he should go to AEW. And I'm like, why would you want another old person to go to AEW and take time away from young guys and young talent who could really have a chance to shine? You know, we don't need another Sting over there. We don't need another Jericho. You know, like, they have those names already. They need to let the young guys really get a chance to shine, build some storylines, build some characters, get some character development there, so that they can grow as a company, because I do like AEW. I just need that part of them to grow. And I need for the part where they bring old people in to decrease. Don't become WCW. Maybe I should put the letters there. WCW. I need them not to become that, because it's, you know, it's a pain. And so for them to say that the WWE doesn't appreciate him is crazy, because you guys see him as being on TV in some minute role, or as, oh, look what they using him as a job, or they just using him as a filling body. But in actuality, he's on TV. In actuality, he's not like the rest of the guys, because there's tons and tons of guys on the roster that you never get to see on TV, because they use the same 10 or 15 people every week. And there's about 50 or 60 guys sitting in the back, drinking coffee, drinking tea, having a bagel or something, because there's no time for them. And do you know that these guys get TV bonuses every time that they're on TV? So they could have used anybody, but Jeff is there. They know Jeff can do whatever they need him to do, because Jeff is a professional of the highest regards, been doing this for umpteen years, and he's a good earner. So why not throw him a little TV time? Why not throw him a little extra money, even though right now he doesn't have a storyline, even though right now he's not like a main character in some type of storyline? You got to see it as a business for these guys. He could be home, fired, nobody want to deal with him because of all of his problems. And every time they get him in something, he gets in trouble with the law, and we got to see his mugshot. And then he stays off for a couple of months, and they bring him right back. And they help him, You know why? Because he's really good at what he does. And he's been with the company for so long. So Vince and whoever else is sticking up for him gives him another chance. But honestly, I think it's time for him to retire. I think, and that's a whole nother story, but I think he needs to understand, don't kill your body. You know, like Jay-Z used to say, it's the allure of the game. He keeps calling my name. You know, every time I think I'm going to get out, it pulls me back, you know? And that's what happened with these guys. I feel like Jeff should let it go now. Because if he lets it go now, he might be able to still walk around with his kids, his nieces and nephews, whatever he has, and enjoy life and not have 85 million injuries and concussions and surgeries. You look at somebody like Kurt Angle who's still having surgeries, or Triple H, or these guys who are having hip replacements and all this kind of stuff because they wrestled past their time. And now their bodies are still in pain from some injury from 10 years ago. Kurt is talking about having a neck fusion. I'm probably saying it wrong, but I know he's still talking about having a surgery in his neck from the freaking Olympics, and that they probably never completely healed altogether. My man has no neck right now. No Nick Johnson. And, I think that's another part of, Vince putting guys out to pasture, because everybody's not meant to go forever. Nobody should go forever. Nobody should go forever. You have to know when it's time to wrap it up. And sometimes they don't. And it's Vince's job, or whoever's job in the company, or Tony Khan's job, whoever it is, to say, that's it. And for me, I think it would be great if he would wrap it up. And I believe that he belongs inside of the Hall of Fame. No doubt about it. He's a first time around Hall of Famer. He should probably be like one of the main eventers. I think Matt and Jeff should be like the main inductees of the year that they go in. And I feel like you gotta retire. Matt, this podcast has not been about you, but you go ahead and retire too. Because what you're doing in AEW is trash. And I think at a certain point, when do you try to protect your legacy? When do you, and I know I didn't want to go this way completely because there's another one, but when do you protect the legacy that you've built? When do you go like this? This is enough. I'm making myself look bad. Matt, you're making yourself look bad. You're looking big bad, baby. It's time to stop. That faction you got over there is trash. It's garbage juice. It's stinky strawberry mango garbage juice. And then they're talking about bringing your brother over there. It'd be even worse. Okay? The last great thing you did was broken Matt Hardy before you brought it to the E. Guys, let it go. And while you're at it, take Edge with you. All right? And while you're at it, take Christian Cage with you. All right? And all of you Hall of Famers, go sit down somewhere and let the young guys wrestle. Please. Huh? It's not that hard. Just fall back into the dark abyss. It's calling your names. It's saying, Matt, hang up your boots. Jeff, wipe that stupid paint off your face. Edge, you have a lot of wrinkles in your face. Christian, it's been done for you, buddy. Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up. Enough of this. Wrap it up, Matt, Jeff Hardy, and go into the Hall of Fame where you belong. Okay? Because I think at this moment, only thing you guys are doing, is, that's 18 minutes. Only thing you guys are doing is bringing down the legacy that you guys have created. And some people don't believe in that, but I do. So, there has to be a time where you know when it's time to stop. This is the time. But to say that WWE does not appreciate him is a slap in Vince's face. Because if they didn't appreciate him, he wouldn't be on TV. If they didn't appreciate him, they wouldn't have signed him. They wouldn't keep signing him. And they wouldn't keep bringing him back through all his flaws. So you fans, shut up. Because you don't know nothing. And that's my 2 cents. Peace.